Welcome to another Do Not Disturb dog walk. It might shock you to see that Quigley is not wearing a body harness today. 99% of the recordings we've done and will do, he'll be wearing a harness, but today we're just doing a super cruisy neighbourhood walk. And I thought, no, we just won't bother with that. Crossing the road to avoid these kids that are playing at the street side. But also because I've noticed this ridiculously expensive camper van here. These things are about $170,000 worth of camper. Pretty flash. That one's actually the best one I've seen. It's got an even, I'm sure maybe the roof, bubble top roof is even higher. It's got a solar panel built in on the top there. That's pretty cool. These bubble bits so that people can fit sleeping sideways across the vehicle. Yeah, just a cruisy neighbourhood walk today. I'm about due to make my monthly mystery episode, so I think this is going to be it. It's not quite the end of the month, but that doesn't matter. End of the month, beginning of the month is about when I do the monthly mystery episode. And so for y'all, this will probably be easy to figure out by looking at street signs and stuff, but yeah, I don't have a lot of talking points on my mind at the moment. Quigley, no. Yeah. Hikoi. Good boy. Good boy, Quigley. Yeah. Hikoi. Yeah, talking points. The usual talking points though, which I reiterate every episode. See how succinct I can say it all out loud this time. We got a slogan called "Show us the poop." Show us the poop, which is a reverse psychological slogan because that's the one thing we don't show you. Imagine that, a dog walking channel, and there's no footage of Quigley pooping. That's his own private business, and so we don't share that on our YouTube channel. Yeah. And the other slogan is never mind the 6 o'clock news. It's quite a lot of the time I jibber jabber and I pretty much talk the whole time we're on a dog walk. But I've made it a fairly easy to follow guideline to not talk about anything that's on the 6 o'clock news. So you viewers can rest assured that this YouTube channel isn't about us coming on and talking about dumb stuff. We just like to stay in the moment, talk about what we're seeing and doing and feeling and all of that. Yep, that's it. Anyway, it's pretty late in the day. We've started, in the middle of winter, if we come out at this time, it was already dark. But luckily, we're coming into the sunny months where it doesn't get dark till 9 o'clock at the peak of summer. And so here we are. This is going to be great these future months. Dog walking opportunities. I don't like recording after dark. I think we still would go out for a walk at this time if it was dark. We did a few after dark recordings. I just don't like them. I just don't. I prefer for you all to see a nice bright world. Alright. Quigley's decided we're going to go over this. Trying to not point the camera at the easy clues that'll help you figure out where we are. But Probably too easy for a monthly mystery episode, isn't it? And too bloody obvious. Oh. Never walked across this bridge before. Well, don't ride your bike across it. That's a very low overhead hazard. It's literally a hand's width, there to there, just that much taller than me. I'm surprised they haven't covered it with sponge. Pool noodles is a favourite. Oh, there's. Wait for the cars to stop. He's not stopping? He is. Okay, cool, thanks. Okay, crossing. Good boy. Good boy, Quigley. Kia ora. Hikoi. Where are we going, Quigley? Quigley's pretty much choosing where we're going today, folks. I think I've changed my mind about using this for the monthly mystery episode because it's just too easy. Too many street names and other signage. Yeah, that was a bit of a dumb idea thinking I could use it for that. Look what you've done. How did you do that? How? Oh, I just thought of something I could talk about. I'm always thinking about the creativity involved with making these YouTube recordings. And one of the things that I know to be true and can proudly proclaim is that we've never gone out and made a recording and then not published it. I'm pretty proud of that. I've definitely edited some and edited out some bits that I didn't want to publish, but we've never gone for a walk and a recorded walk and then not published it. But I feel like a liar saying that because it's almost not true. One time we went for a walk and the phone had a technical malfunction and it saved a null file. That's what I would call it, a null file. Let me know if there's another name for it. But instead of actually saving a usable video recording, it gave me a file with a time code of 0 that was unplayable. And that is the one and only time that we've gone out with the intention to record a dog walk and then didn't publish it because of the technical malfunction. But I mean, the truth is, if it didn't have the technical glitch, we would have published it. So I think I can say that we've never made a recording and not published it. That's pretty cool. I like being able to say that. There is the fact that I have made some recordings, and then I've scheduled them to be published 1 year later. So on the to be published list, but so unless I cancel any of those completely, those scheduled future releases, then I wouldn't be breaking the rule of not publishing. They're there, they're uploaded, they're going to play one day. But I decided it would be cool to start a playlist called The Lost Episodes and start adding recordings to it that don't publish until a year later. It's like sowing future content. What is it? This way. Sit. Sit. Good boy, sit. Up away, Cuddy. These people who just haven't got a clue. Wait for them to stop. Okay, let's go. Good boy. Good boy. Crossing. There's a few we have never things I can say about our recordings on YouTube, or even outside of recordings. We've never had a fight with another dog. That's pretty good, eh? It's like we can, this is public enough. Bit of a walkway through this little quaint neighbourhood. I wonder how many strangers they get walking through their neighbourhood alley. I like the vibe here, it's cool. Very quaint community. I know I said earlier I was going to probably try and not talk, but I can't help myself. These leaves. You can fold them in half like this. Squeeze off the bottom and then pinch the top here like this. Just pinch that bit, right? And you blow air into this end and it comes out of this bit and makes a sound. Allow me to demonstrate. Quigley's a bit amused, isn't he? Where are we, Quigley? It's a complete mystery to me. This could be the monthly mystery episode, just because I'm like, where the hell are we now? What street is that? I don't know. Where are we, Quigs? I almost felt like saying, if you missed that demonstration, let me show you again. But do you know what? You can rewind and watch it again. So I don't need to do that. Up high. Oh, good. Wow. It's just the empty grass. No park or anything. Oh. So yeah, we hardly ever go walking without a body harness for the dog. What else is different? We're doing a residential neighbourhood, which you might expect our channel would be full of them because they're the easiest walks to do. But we tend to make excursions and go to amazing places. So if you're watching this episode and it's your first time, don't go thinking they're all like this. This is actually different. This is us doing something a little bit different. Because we don't do neighbourhood walks very often. I can hear chookies. And definitely so can Quigley. He's quite excited about that. Oh look, there's a little baby. A baby what? Is that a baby or is that a... just an adult-sized dog? No. I said dog, I mean bird. Yeah, okay, so I don't know, it might be a chick, it might be... It's a pretty big one if it is a chick. It's definitely not a chicken. I wonder what kind of bird that was. Oh, look at that. Man has drum kit set up in the... Oh, yeah, music lessons. Oh, cool. Where are we, Quigley? Oh, I'm breaking rules here. We usually make Quigley sit before we cross roads. It's just such a quiet street with very little traffic. It's very easy to just cruise on. But I'm doing Quigley a disservice because he has to learn by doing it every time. So let's stop. Let's stop being naughty about that. Well, somebody's had an abundance of bread. Stale bread. Decided to feed it to the birds over here. Sit. Good boy, sit. Okay, crossing. House of a wheelchair user. Right, I recognise where we are now. And that mountain straight ahead of us, we've done a couple of walks up on that mountain in the past. And because it's such hard work, decided pretty much never to go back. I think we've done it twice. Sticking to streets that we don't know. This is another thing I always mention every time it's the first time I use it. This thing is the nozzle that I suck water through from this hose that's connected to the water bladder backpack. And obviously the reason I mention it is because if I didn't, you'd wonder what the weird noises are. Because I make weird noises when I use it. I think we're getting pretty keen to find us a caravan to add to our fleet. But, it's tempting because we live in an old classic bus. It's tempting to get an old classic caravan to go with it too, but I do like the look of some of the modern stuff, I have to say. We can't be nostalgic all the time. Wow, that's neat. The dairy over there, it's a shop. They call them dairies here in New Zealand. It's called Galway Dairy, which is interesting. Maybe this is Galway Street. That would make sense. Anyway. There was a Galway Street in my childhood, in the little town I grew up in. So it brings back memories from my childhood. What's going on here? Earthquake prone house. I can see the roof is all wavy, like, yeah, there's something going wrong in the supports. Maybe the roof is threatening to cave in. Here comes the guy with the stupid loud Mercedes again, maybe? Or maybe he's just moving it around on his property back there. Yep, he's not coming back out here, by the looks. I don't know why we don't do a lot of residential neighbourhood walks. They are interesting. I like walking in the neighbourhoods and looking at all the houses and how people live. And I say that from the perspective of being, we don't have a house, we live at a bus. And so I don't envy everyone that lives in houses. I feel so free of all of the responsibilities that come with living in a house. The most important of which is the expense. Because you either rent a house and pay stupid money to live in the house, or you own the house and pay stupid money to pay the bank back for buying it for you. And, that's okay. But to not have that and to save as much money as we do, oh my goodness. I definitely don't want a house. So, if we rented a house, or, either way, rent or own, house is going to cost us thousands of dollars, a couple of $1,000 a month probably, probably more. I don't know. Well, so where should we round it off at? At least 50 grand a year to rent a house? And just can't, it's not affordable. Yeah. Oh, I feel like we have made a turning back towards home. We've sort of done a bit of a U-turn in the walk. Let's look at this little fairy garden thing. A couple of kids' toys stashed in a tree. Pigs. What's the next train station after Woburn? Oops, did I say that out loud? No, I'm definitely not using this as the monthly mystery episode now. Yeah, I can work harder on that, the monthly mystery episode, for December 2024. Let's do the thing. Yep. Sit. Quigs. No. Good boy. Okay, crossing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure between now and the end of the month I can come up with a very decent, mysterious location that's hard to figure out. But not impossible, because there's no fun in that. This way. Sit. Sit. No. Good boy. Okay, crossing. Good boy. At the 30-minute mark now. Good. We're going to take a 30-minute ad break right here. I wish it was a nice location for it. But yeah, you guys don't have to worry about. We take a little break every now and again from the recording just to chill. And it doesn't really matter to you all because I will be back as soon as I push this button. Unlucky for some, number 13. Ka pai. Treat time. Quickly let his ears wiggle. Should we have a treat? Yeah. Okay then. We'll have a treat and then we'll carry on walking, okay? Good boy. Good boy, Quigley. That's it, just one for now. There we go. Zipper noises. I hope you like those because they're not going away. I quite like having this chest kit, this chest rig. For the majority of the episodes recorded to date, the first 100 episodes or so, maybe a bit more, I used to carry around this little man bag to carry all my stuff. And Quigley stuff, big bags and treats and got rid of that. Helps me feel a bit more sporty. We can get a jog on if we want, or a run. We don't really do that, but we can if we want to. This way. Hikoi. Something stuck to his front wheel, making a flappy noise. Oh, that was this thing. Sit, Quigley, sit. Good boy. Okay, crossing. That thing on Quigley's collar, I think it's maybe supposed to be a tracking device or something, but I don't know. It's got an on-off switch and we've never used it. I actually don't know what it is. It's funny that. I like the name of the street, Collingwood, because one of my good friends, that's his name. Collingwood. Sit. I want to cross to the other side. Sit. Good boy. Okay, crossing. Come on, Quicks. It's not even a legit pedestrian crossing, there's a kid standing at it though, and traffic has stopped for the kid. Sit. Quigley, sit. Inoho, ka pai kuri. Ooh, the outland of PHEV. Okay, crossing. Good boy, Quigley. Kudos to that young fella, checking all the streets for traffic before proceeding to cross. Yep. Don't know if the camera saw that, but I just walked through a cloud of little tiny flies, flying creatures. Alright, well, we've definitely been here walking and recording before. This is Trafalgar Square in Waterloo. Famous little street. I think last time I was here I probably talked about how we locked down the whole square and turned it into a film set one night years ago. And we all played zombies. Zombies in the street. We set the street on fire. It was pretty intense. That's the world of filmmaking. It's good fun. These brand new dwellings here, this building on the left. This used to be a clubhouse for the St. John's. What are they? They run an ambulance service, and they would run cadet training for youngsters who would like to one day be a paramedic someday. You know, it's pretty cool. Learn first aid training. Okay, sitting, sit. Inoho, good boy. Ka pai kuri. Okay, crossing. Well, you know, the beginning of our walk was more or less one train station, and so the big circuit that we've done in these residential neighbourhoods has brought us to the next station along, and this is one of the major stations on the line, and so busy that they built a tunnel in order to cross the railway underneath the railway instead of over the top like we did earlier. Just had to prevent Quigley from peeing. To just keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't wee anywhere in here. Where are you?
Where are you trying to go?
Well, my train's actually at 6:37
Which way are you going?
to Masterton.
Be on that side.
But that train just left and now I'm panicking.
Oh,
But
that way
it's
there.
not 6:37 yet.
Oh, that was probably that was an electric train that just left. The one that takes you up north will be a big diesel loco.
Oh, okay, like
Yeah.
the old school one.
Kapai.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm like, this would be the one time they do it, for goodness. No, Masterton. Oh, that one?
Oh, that's the one which is...
Oh, cool. Oh, that was a cool little interaction, eh? I like that. I forget which episode it was, folks, but it was one of the D&D dog walks titled Waterloo. That's the location. Just wanted to show us ourselves. There we are. Look, there we are, Quigs. Waterloo, we've been here before, and one of the Waterloo episodes is the origin story for why I continue to make jokes about Quigley searching for boxes of donuts. Because once upon a time, we did actually find a box of donuts. Upright. Crossing. Good boy. It's a bit hard to do the sit before we cross training at pedestrian crossings because you feel bad that the cars are stopping and you don't want to hold them up for too long. Yeah. So I suppose we might. What time is it? Can't remember what time that lady said her train is due, but we might be about to see the train that she's catching, which is a big diesel locomotive, like I said. Must be due soon. She seemed pretty anxious. There's an Alphard. We're thinking about getting one of those vans. It wouldn't be much of an improvement on what we have. Slightly bigger physically. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Okay, crossing. I thought about hanging out to wait for the train to see that big loco that goes up once a day, basically. To head up north to the Wairarapa, to a town called Masterton. But yeah, I'm more curious about walking streets I'd never really walked on. So here we are. And we're headed the right direction to get home. Look, there's a pirate flag up there. Haha. Alright, let's try and fit this recording into an hour. We have just under 15 minutes to go. I think we're going to be right on target. Yeah, I guess I'm getting anxious about the battery on the phone. Down to 25%. So I guess it's I don't really stay conscious of how much battery I'm burning when I make a recording. I just try to make sure that the battery is charged up. But, it's good to be conscious of it and realise that for right now, for 45 minutes of recording, it's used 25% of the battery. So for another quarter hour, we're gonna probably lose another 5 to 10%, I would say. And we're not in danger of running out, so that's good. The story I was telling earlier about the null file that we recorded that one time, that forever lost dog walk, that the file didn't save, the video file didn't save properly. That wasn't the cause. The battery didn't go flat, but I thought maybe that could. I remember making recordings in the past and running the battery out and then ending up with no file at all because the computer just didn't have enough time to do all the thinking it needed to do before it lost power. I think. But anyway, that was not the cause of our technical glitch that we had that one time. Still unknown to me what the cause was, but I think it was the fact that I used the watch to control the camera and there was some kind of miscommunication. One thing's for sure, when it was having the problem, the watch was still, it looked like everything was operating as normal while it was recording, but then when I pushed pause on the watch, the time code reset back to 10 minutes and something seconds, and then I tried to pushing pause again a couple of times during the recording and it kept going back to that 10-minute mark. I guess it's possible the phone ran out of space, but the camera app is generally a bit more clever. It usually will show that there's time remaining, like I'm running out of space but I can still record this much, and that is fine, but I don't remember ever seeing any kind of notification like that at the time, and I don't think we were running low on memory in the phone. But I tell you what, because these recordings are about 20 gigabytes an hour, I have to say I got the biggest, fattest Samsung memory banks that I could on the latest model phone, 1 terabyte, and because I knew I was going to need it, and so we can make quite a bit of recordings and have the space to have them on file. But because we do so many recordings, I can only really keep the most recent ones on. I delete them all. Once they're on YouTube, I can push delete, they're gone. So that's how I roll. There's no backup, folks. The YouTube videos are it, pretty much. I think I can. I'm routinely deleting 5 to 10 hours at a time when I need to make space. And I'm definitely not motivated enough to try to back everything up. I could, but I don't. I remember back to the beginning days too. It was a real struggle to get the uploads up because I was depending on free internet. We got free Wi-Fi at my work, and so I just set up the uploads for while I was spending those hours at work. But But it's really good that there's a mobile internet plan that I believe is affordable and worthwhile, and that has no limit, no restrictions. It does have a fair use policy associated with it, but now 20 gigabytes a day, and I guess I might record 20 out of 30 days of the month these days. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, kudos to my service provider for giving me an excellent plan. I wanted to go the other way to, 180 degrees back that way, but I'm not 100% sure if we can get through. So unfortunately, back to Knights Road it is. How long have we got left? 8 minutes. I don't think we're going to make it back in 8 minutes. That's fine. I saw that car earlier today. I recognised the licence plate. I was following it when I was driving down the road. That's right. But also, the reason I was checking it was because my friend drives one of those cars, and he's got a licence plate that's very, very similar. They definitely were licensed around the same time because their license plates are in the same, within cooey of each other, as temporarily, that's what I'm saying. So I was checking it out. I was like, is that my mate's car? Oh, no, it's not. But then it became memorable because of all the numbers. 222. And I think my mate's license plate is 232. Yeah. And it's interesting timing too, because I haven't seen that guy for 8 months. When I saw him this morning, his story was that he disappeared from our community and went to go stay with his dad and sober up. And he said, I've been sober for 8 months. So I told him, congratulations, bud. Yeah, because when we were friends, we were not friends because of his outrageous behaviour, because of not being sober. I'm glad to hear that he mended himself, and then our conversation this morning was friendly as. Hopefully he went away for those 8 months and realised that I had a very good reason for being upset with him. And basically telling him, nah, I don't have any time for you, but not if you're going to behave like that. Five minutes, it's not enough time, but I'm having this realisation that where we're going is at the end of this street. So it's a no-brainer from here on out, not feeling lost or anything. We're getting there, and it's almost perfectly timed. Street walk. Speaking of lost episodes, I'm thinking about making this one of the lost episodes, because why not? I don't have a great driving need for all of the publishing to the minute, I don't mind putting this in. That's what the Lost Episodes playlist is about. Filing publication for a year, and then it comes back up like a memory, kind of like Facebook memories. And also, putting that content into the future. That way, by the time anyone sees this, we'll be 1 year down the road. That's the way I feel about it. I get to look back on this. Oh yeah, that's right. A year ago, I walked Quigley in Woburn and Waterloo, and a little bit of Waiwhetu. Yeah. I like this street. It's called Penrose Street. I like it because there's a suburb up in Auckland cities called Penrose, and I don't have any particular affinity for that suburb, but I do like that it's a suburb in Auckland, and I relate to that because I was born in Auckland. That shipping container and new construction that's happened there, because that's all new, that building. That's obviously an old building, and then there's a new building going up next to it. Yeah, there was a house there that burned down, and I know this because when it came time for the owner of the property to sort through all of his stuff and decide what was salvageable and what he could keep. Maybe we could have walked through the school. It's a bit rude to walk through the school with a dog, but anyway. Yeah, this place, the house that was there before, was a pretty cool house. It's a shame that it burnt down. And it was like, I don't know, maybe a 30% destruction of the building, and why bother saving the rest? Just write the whole thing off, claim insurance, build a new house kind of thing. But anyway, there was still a lot of stuff in that house that the guy wanted to save. So me and my teammates, we went in there. It was a bit of a dirty job, but you know, we rescued all the stuff that he wanted to rescue, loaded it into our trucks and took it to wherever he wanted it to be taken to. I can't remember where we took it to. Probably a storage facility. It's kind of our wheelhouse, storage facilities. I'm pretty good at those at my job. Alright, we're in the final minute. Quigley, you want to say goodbye? I'll give you a treat, eh? Let's say a treat. I'll give you a treat to say goodbye. If you guys want to know how much money that I'd like you to donate, if you're struggling, I mean, obviously send me as much as you can. But if you're struggling to come up with a figure, I would say every time I give Quigley a treat, send me $1. And don't tell me, because I might feed Quigley too many treats trying to get your money. No, just don't tell me. But that's my suggestion anyway. $1 for every episode that you watch, maybe. Maybe $1 for every episode that we've made for the community. And right now this is episode 159. You know, if you have the money to spare. Look, I've yabbered on for too long and I've gone over the hour. Alright, I'll do 1 minute more. Come on Quigley, keep walking. Good boy. 1 hour and 1 minute. I don't know, I'm a little bit OCD about the time. We've got a 30-minute minimum for our recordings and a 1 hour maximum at this stage. I've gone over time a couple of times, but I've started to get more rigid on those requirements. And sometimes we don't even make it an hour. Sometimes we're just over 30 minutes. And it's just how it goes by how we feel. Yep, so that's the time up. catch you later. See you on the next one.